Check rickandbubba.com. Picture of the day. We've got Major Todd Smith there serving in our military in Afghanistan. Sent us a picture today. He's got a Rick and Bubba hat, Rick and Bubba shirt on, and he is listening right now on the live audio feed in Afghanistan.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Amen. Appreciate that very much. Bubba, a couple of things. I do want to thank all the folks that organized the huddle last night at the University of Alabama. I was honored to be asked to be their guest speaker. The huddle is a bunch of students that get together there at the Zone, which is in the north end zone of Bryant-Denny Stadium. And, I haven't been there. I'll be there next Friday, but since the expansion, and wow, what a beautiful expansion they've done on that stadium. And the Zone is really an impressive facility, and it was an honor to be there be their guest speaker last night. Thanks to all who were involved with that. And then this Sunday evening, I'll be headed over to the home of Buck Hansen. He and I played college football together, and he and his family and some friends there at First Baptist Church in Enterprise, Alabama, have invited me to come and speak at a special event on Sunday night. And if you live in and around that area, or going to be in that area, we'd love to have you. I'll be there Sunday night. Starts at 5:30, First Baptist Church, Enterprise, Alabama. Bubba, it was interesting, too, to look at all the different headlines that were going on yesterday in the sports world. Did you see Michael Vick last night on Monday Night Football?
I did not,
Good
Rick.
gracious.
I saw the highlights this morning, and every time I look up, he's just taking off running again or throwing a pass. And, I've got a theory on this, what happened, though. They announced Donovan McNabb was signing a big-time extension to his contract before the game.
Yeah, he played well.
And I think Michael Vick heard those numbers and said, hey, I need me one of those, and I'm going to go out here and go nuts.
Well, if I'd had the kind of money the Redskins have and I was watching that game, I picked the wrong quarterback.
What was the number, 45
400
million or something?
It was $78 million total, but again, these numbers, especially in professional football.
I know, it's year to year.
It said $40 million guaranteed, but again, to get to that guarantee, he's got to get 3 years into it and accomplish some things. And so,
well, they did look like there was one $40 million contract quarterback out there last night.
Yeah, and it wasn't the one for the Redskins.
No, it wasn't five, unfortunately.
Right. Now, Rush Limbaugh can't say that.
Right.
But the I thought
Michael Vick looked like a man possessed last night. Look at these. The highlights, they just keep going on.
431 total yards that he accounted for. He accounted for 6 touchdowns, 4 by air, and he ran 2 in. Michael Vick went absolutely crazy last night on the Redskins. So he looks like he is getting comfortable on the field again.
Yes, and I hope he makes the most of his second chance. Think about if he had never missed those years, what he could have accomplished.
Or
I don't know if
maybe him being put in jail changed everything. He's definitely a more complete quarterback than he was before. He does it all now. Did you see the first touchdown pass?
Oh, I saw the highlight of it. Looked like he threw it from the county next to the stadium.
I think it went 63 yards in the air.
Right.
Just
set a tone for the night, didn't it?
Right. Boy, it did.
From then on, those DBs got to be taking first step back when they snap the ball, and that's not what you want to do against him running.
He was 20 for 28 passing, has the highest passing percentage of all quarterbacks in the league. I think what's making him so dangerous now is that, it used to be when he was with the Falcons, he would just look to run. He would see his first receiver and then take off. Now he's checking down to the second one, the third one. He's looking at the fourth read. And he's looking to throw it rather than take off running, so that's got to be extremely frustrating for defenses.
Yeah, now until he gets hurt again, but I will say this.
Well, he looked like he was doing better at getting out of bounds.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
I
think what he's doing better, too, and this is what makes him, like you said, Speedy, more dangerous. Mm-hmm. He doesn't run just because he wants to run. He only runs now when he's in trouble. Mm-hmm. He feels pressure or nobody's open, and that's when he can make him really down. He will throw if people are open or he's not being pressured, but he only runs now when he has to.
Yeah, and I noticed the Redskins last night, too, would try to spy him with like a safety or a linebacker. And for those of you who don't know, that means that there's a defensive player, and his sole responsibility is to sit there on the other side of the line of scrimmage and just watch the quarterback. And if he breaks out running, well, then he's supposed to mirror him and go get him. Well, Vic's so fast, the guy that was that was spying on him couldn't go get him. And so now, you're taking a defensive player out of the game and just to sit there and spy on him, and he can't even catch him.
I remember
kind of a waste.
Yeah,
it really is.
I remember that helpless feeling when I was assigned to the kicker one time when I was on kickoff receive.
You were assigned to the kicker?
I was assigned to the kicker, and the kicker turned out to be Bo Jackson. So anyway, I thought.
Is that where you got the elevated eye from?
Yeah, when I looked over to the sideline the first time he ran down the field, and Coach just said, "I'll forget that." You know, but he had kicked it into the concession stand, so it really didn't matter. But anyway, so are you ever seen a kickoff receive team just watch the ball and not even block? Where is that going to land?
Yeah.
It looked like Gus kicked it. Didn't it?
I thought it was going to land on Highway 78, which was the highway that ran by the stadium. But anyway,
Did you see Bo Jackson at the Auburn game this
I
past
did.
weekend?
I did. Have you noticed he's looking more and more Egyptian the more you look at him?
Egyptian?
He's starting to look more Egyptian.
I've got his. I'm
Egyptian?
texting him that right now.
I bet you if you
Rick
checked his
thinks you look
ancestry, he has
Egyptian.
Egyptians in his blood.
Why Egyptian?
Go back and
He
look.
looks like he's getting wider to me.
Look, well, he is.
Yo, you're talking about Bo Jackson.
Right. Well, I mean, he's 47 years old.
Yeah.
But look at me.
He can still outrun us with a plastic heel.
Oh, absolutely. And
and he's a pretty good
backwards.
golfer now.
I'm just going to say this, and I don't know where this may go.
Egyptian.
I'm just going to say, and I'll tell you why. My wife and I were.
How do you look Egyptian?
Well, I'll tell you. My wife and I were discussing in the car that we'd seen the special where they took King Tut's skeleton and put the face on him the way he would have looked.
Right.
And he looked like Bo Jackson. How about this? Bo Jackson looks like King Tut. There it is. I said it.
So that clay head
Well, I
of
hope
King
he's in
Tut,
Chicago.
I mean, it has smooth skin. Are you saying Bo has smooth skin and he's bald
Yeah.
and he has earrings?
No, his features look a little Egyptian to me.
Rick, I don't think there's many Egyptians in McAdory.
Well, that may not be. You're probably right, but I will say this:
I know an Egyptian. He didn't look like Bo.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be mad at you.
Somebody go on ESPN, freeze
That's
Bo
it.
Jackson
I'm
on the
doing it right now.
sideline.
I'm doing it right
look at the reconstruction of King Tut's face, and I'm telling you, they could be brothers.
Rick.
Wow.
You know, the last time y'all didn't like his better bars, okay? Y'all hated
What's
them, and I ate
disrespectful
them,
by
and
saying
then
you like
and then
King
we
Tut?
got and then we got him on the air, and you said that I didn't like.
look,
him. And then he threatened to kick my butt.
I know, but
Okay,
I'm
now
not.
he's gonna
Look,
think that
I think
Hey,
Bo is a good-looking man. You know, just as I can say that.
Yeah,
just, I mean,
straight man to straight man.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been in the same golf group several times, and right now, if he hears this, I hope that we won't be in the group this year. But
Is it a cut
look,
down
we
to
all
say you like King Tut?
we all admit those buddy bar things were terrible.
No,
I mean, it's
I
like eating
liked
silly
them.
putty.
Please
I
don't.
liked him.
It's like silly putty with
Please.
peanuts pushed
Please
in it.
don't.
I mean,
talk
it was
about
horrible.
That. Please don't
I
talk
liked
about that
him.
again.
Huh?
That's the closest we came to getting beat up by him. Please don't
No,
bring
the
that
closest I came because y'all claimed you liked him,
Right.
and
Let's
y'all said that I didn't like him.
I think it was caulk.
Let's
I
please-
think it's what it was.
Let's
I don't know.
Let's please quit talking about it.
All right, there's Bo. Right
I took
there.
that buddy bar and smashed it on the newspaper.
You tell
and
me he don't like an Egyptian, Rick?
Rick, he looks like Bo Jackson.
It looks like Pharaoh.
If any of you know Bo Jackson, will you tell him this was Rick?
Yeah, make sure he understands it was Rick and not Bubba.
Right. That's right.
Y'all do know where Egypt is, right?
Right.
Okay.
What about Takeo Spikes?
about?
He was in my group too. Do you think he looks Egyptian?
No, I didn't. I don't think he does.
Because Bo's a little more light complected.
I'm just telling you, if you'll look.
Did you think Don Juan looked Egyptian?
Go to the movie.
Billy D. Williams.
No,
What are y'all?
because they don't have that bald
can't
look.
believe this.
You're
This is
telling
Kareem
me.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Do you remember the movie Ten Commandments?
Yes.
Do you remember when Pharaoh didn't have that hat on?
Yeah.
You tell me he didn't look a little bit like Bo Jackson. Now
Are you saying Yul Brenner looked like Bo
I'm
Jackson?
saying Yul Brenner and Bo Jackson look alike, and King Tut.
That looks like you telling me that looks like King Tut in a tie.
A little bit. If you'll look at the King Tut thing,
All right, I'm doing a comparison here.
Bo
Wha-
Jackson, as he gets a little older, in my opinion, looks a little Egyptian. That's all I'm saying.
Because he's bald and has smooth skin.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what makes you look Egyptian?
Is that so?
You didn't see
What
the
do
King
I look
Tut
like
special.
an albino Egyptian then? 'Cause
Rick,
I'm
I've
bald.
seen. Look, I
No.
love Egyptology.
I know. That's the reason why I thought you'd join me on this, because how much you love the study of the Egyptians.
I've never seen a pharaoh built like Bo Jackson.
I didn't say his body. I said in the face.
See, if the
King Tut-
pharaohs had been built like that, they'd still be sitting on the throne
I was
today.
about to say.
Nobody would have messed with them.
Right. Keep in
They
mind,
started putting 14-year-old boys in there and they got in trouble.
King Tut was
They
about
should have let the guy that could run through the line be the pharaoh, not the kid that was,
Right.
probably inbred that came down. That was a bad call.
Yeah, I said in the face. Keep in mind, the real King Tut's actual size was more like one of Auburn's defensive backs.
right.
Anyway,
All right, I got him. Kind of.
All right, Speedy's got it here. Oh, Rick, it's dead ringer.
Steve,
I stand corrected.
you put the eye makeup on Bo Jackson.
You're crazy.
I ain't putting eye makeup on Bo Jackson, and neither's he. And no other man is ever going to do it.
You stayed up too late last night.
That ain't the one I saw.
Rick,
We'll be
Rick, was
back.
the air working in the zone?
We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba.
22 minutes past the hour of the Rick and Bubba Show. 866-WE-BE-BIG is the number. Check rickandbubba.com. I don't think we got the tools to pull this off. It's the new Rick and Bubba Best of Double CD. And at the Rick and Bubba store, you can get it there before it hits stores next weekend. Get your own copy and get it with the new Rick and Bubba acrylic cup. Both of those together only $20 right now. That's a $10 savings in a bundle package. So that'll probably end by the big shopping day next weekend. So grab the new CD, get some great reviews on it. Thank you for your reviews, and I always love to hear your feedback. All right, here's where I'm going to end this conversation about Bo Jackson being Egyptian. I'm just going to say this. If I'm casting the current day Ten Commandments play, I'm asking Bo Jackson to play Pharaoh.
Well, I got a feeling if he was that the Israelis would never get out of there.
Well, you're right, and I can't wait.
You'd have to have Hulk Hogan as Moses.
How would you like to walk up to him?
Thank y'all.
Yeah. How would you like to walk up to Pharaoh?
That's a visual that'll hit
You know what I'm gonna call him too? Instead of Pharaoh, it's gonna be Fairbo.
Fairbo.
And
Fairbo, let my people go.
Fairbo's let my people go.
That's funny. That's
All right, Rick, I think I found a better picture
I
here.
think this is it
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks just
Now,
like.
how do you think that looks like Bo Jackson?
Well, you got to put the eye makeup on him. I'm just saying that Bo Jackson's
So
features.
Bo needs to have eye makeup on?
I'm saying Bo Jackson's features
He's going to think I said that.
are a little are
Bo.
kind of Egyptian.
Bubba did not say this.
And it could be that he looks more
Remember-
like it could be he looks more like Yul Brynner than he does. King
Remember,
Tut.
I'm
I
your
mean,
friend, Bo.
Yeah, guys, if y'all want to call me Egyptian, I take it as a compliment. They were beautiful people.
So you think Bo's beautiful?
I think Bo's a handsome man. Yes.
Well, yeah, he's a try. I mean,
Right.
you know, he's built like a brick house.
Right.
I
So
mean,
you
gotta-
think Bo's a brick house, and Rick, you think he's beautiful?
I said I think he's
not
a
in
We
a,
got some
not
breaking-
in a
we-
not listen
We
not
got
in
some
a
breaking news.
not in a brick
TSA's
not
going
in
to want
a
to call and want to scan him.
listen not in a Commodore type way, but I mean the guy is probably the world's greatest athlete ever. I mean,
right. You know, I just yeah. I
or
mean,
according to Charles Barkley, the second best athlete to ever play at Auburn. By the way, when they get on each other, I love that.
right.
That's fun.
And you know they got one right now that's pretty good. And
Yeah.
as long as he gets to stay on team.
Yeah, right.
We have
Who's he look like, Rick?
right. Of course, his entire accomplishment may be wiped out of Auburn history, but
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. But so anyway.